Warriors, rise! Hey, what's up, Warriors? It's Coach JV. So, wanted to come to you guys. I'm completely out of pocket. It's been a wild couple weeks for me. Some good, some interesting. But my message for today is it's okay to not be okay. I'm just going to express a message from my heart to yours, my family to yours. I'm going to share a little bit about my experience at the Ripple XRPL conference that we just came from. Was absolutely remarkable. So we'll jump into that. But the message for today, if you want to hang on this video, it's going to be an emotional one because I want to talk to you guys about it's okay to not be okay. This whole persona of a social media, of us posting and smiling and being happy all the time, it's not real. It's not real. So I want to get real. I want to get down. I want to get emotional. I want to talk to you guys and gals and people who, whoever wants to watch this. And I think it's important for these messages to be out there because there's so much left hemisphere of the brain happening. But first of all, the XRPL conference was absolutely remarkable. I got to see Ray from Link 2, our family friend here at the Warrior Academy. So again, if you want to get into Ripple pre-IPO, now you have to be accredited investor. Click the description down below. If you're not accredited investor, and you know where pre-IPO is where all the money's made, and Brad Garlinghouse said they're going to IPO right after the case is settled. If you're not accredited investor, still go to the link in the bio here in the description, okay? Go down to Market Insights. This will help you so much. In Market Insights, look and study Mosaic scores. That will make you a better investor. So don't automatically say, oh, I'm not a credit investor. Learn the acumen of a credit investor. That's how they value companies. So you can get that for free. You can go on their website. You can go down to Mosaic score, log into their account, and research how they look at companies. So if you want to get into Ripple pre-IPO, click the description down below. Okay, so let's dive into it. XRPL conference was absolutely amazing. Got to meet David Schwartz. Boom, mind-blowing genius human being. Mind-blowing. This guy is like, his aura is crazy. This guy's brain is at a whole different consciousness level. Like, the dude is a gift. Like, he's a genius. So it was cool to be in his aura. The Ripple team was just absolutely amazing. The creators that are building onto these XRPL, including us, we are building on XRPL. We are launching on the back end of this year or front end of January. So we're launching the 3T Warrior Academy NFT and Coach JV NFT combined together, a whole ecosystem. It's going to change the world. XRPL is going to change the game. That's why I love Ripple, the company, is because of the leadership team, the real world solve, the utility. It's not just about XRP. The company is absolutely amazing, okay? So my message today is it's okay not to be okay. And if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to walk around. I'm out here in Washington. I'm out in the middle of a field, out here kind of in the middle of nowhere. And life is taking some pretty wild circles, some pretty wild cyclic patterns. And so as we come to this earth, we come here to learn. This is just my opinion. Okay, people in our academy, we have Catholics, we have Church of Latter-day Saints, we have Jehovah's Witness, we have Buddhists. People say, oh, they're trying to teach. We're not trying to teach anybody anything. We're trying to get everybody to be the best version of yourself. So if you're Catholic, be the best version of being Catholic. If you're Jehovah's Witness, be the best person of, be the best version of what you believe in. We're not trying to get anybody to believe anything in our Warrior Academy, except we're trying to get people to believe in themselves. And so what's happening with our world and why a lot of people are not okay right now, why suicide rates are jumping through the roof, opiate abuse is through the roof, alcohol is through the roof, because we're so far in the left hemisphere of our brain. Left hemisphere of the brain. Facts, figures, numbers, logic, earth, living for the world instead of being in the world and not living of it, right? And so there's so many changes happening right now. So you can't just let's look at macro down to micro to me as a human being. I'll share my personal experiences, not in detail, but I'm really going through a lot of emotional changes and a lot of emotional growth right now. And I'm really working to get back into the right hemisphere of the brain to align with God. Everything I'm doing, cryptocurrency, investments, is all divinely directed. So you can believe that or not, I got here through divine direction. And so I go through these big cyclic patterns where I see the cycle come up, and then it doesn't sometimes feel okay. And I want you guys to know it's okay to not feel okay. So it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel out of sorts and not comfortable with your life. What's not okay is not communicating with somebody about it. You're not alone. That's what I want to let you guys know. Men, women, men, you've been taught, oh yeah, you got to put a mask on, be tough, go out and make that bread, and this toxic, there is toxic, like people are talking about all this stuff. It's like, you're just a human being. So like, be you. Just be the best version of yourself. That's all you have to do. You don't have to point out other people's flaws or other people's belief systems or this is this or this is that. Some people work hard, grind. There's different human designs. I'm a generator. I'm supposed to grind every single day. There's people who are projectors. There's people who are manifesting generators. There's people who were born in different countries. Everybody operates different. For me to tell you how to live your life is not okay. I shouldn't tell you how to live your life. I have no idea the circumstances you're going through. What I can do is be in your life and be a support system and a puzzle piece to your life to help you become the best version of yourself. But I can't tell you how to live your life. So let's go back to the macro down to the micro. So the macro that's happening right now in this amazing quantum field, right, is we are disconnecting from this right here. If you can see my hand, we're disconnecting from this, like this earth paradigm, right? We're not connecting to the earth. It feels really good to be out here in this field, by the way. We're disconnecting from all this earth paradigm and going into a quantum field. Good, bad, indifferent, I don't know. It's growth, right? So it feels really, really icky right now. It feels like, is that this silly word, icky? It feels gross, right? So we're moving from this earth, sitting down at the dinner table with everybody and everybody's now stuck on their phones, going from, working in an office to now working at home. We're moving there, guys. That's not going to stop. We're moving to the quantum field. Nobody's going to stop that. We're moving to zero carbon. Nobody's going to stop that. What we have to do is learn how to reconnect and recommunicate. That's why we're building our Warrior Academy NFT project, to bring people together. But what we have to understand is that this is a very important time for you to keep the lines of communication open, to keep your heart open to love, okay? So at a macro level, a big level, we are going through 3 cycles. We know that: war, right? Climate change, and economic. And we've never experienced all 3 together. So there's this massive shift happening. Mother's pissed. We're so far in the left hemisphere of the brain, which people say we use 10% of our brain, right? 10% of our brain is left hemisphere, which is facts, figures, numbers, logic, living for the world. Right hemisphere of the brain is God, higher consciousness, right? God says, tithe me your 10%. We always say we only use 10% of our brain. This might trip you out. God wants your 10%, the worldly things, the left hemisphere, all the stuff that's stressing us out right now and making us not okay. And he says, come back to the right. He doesn't say, come give me your $10 or your $10 of your 100 to a building. That's not what he's saying in my interpretation. I don't know. There's probably some scholars that'll put that out there. But God is real. I love God. I love the life of Jesus. He's my role model. But it's okay to not be okay. So we go from the macro down to the micro, right? And so I've experienced some pretty crazy things within the past 3 months, these massive cycles coming back. And I'm starting to see them more because I'm wiser, I'm more equipped. I've conquered some massive demons in my life over the last 16 years. And so what I invite you to do, instead of looking at your problems right now as something that's stopping you, look at it as something that's propelling you, and just take a step back, okay? Take a step back for a moment and look at it and say, where is this coming from? And have I seen this before? Because what I believe, this is my belief system, as I believe we come here to learn, and we're going to get represented situations that seem very uncomfortable, that are asking us to make a different decision within that current paradigm. It's asking us to make a different decision within that paradigm, or you're going to repeat it over and over again. So you parents, you're making decisions and you're treating your kids exactly the same way your parents treated you. And that's going to cycle. If your kids don't break that paradigm or break that pattern, they're going to do the exact same thing over and over again. So I believe we come here to shatter those patterns. That's what we come to do. And it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel uncomfortable, especially, you're into crypto and you're doing this different stuff, right? You're outside the earth paradigm. You're moving to quantum investing and all this stuff. It's going to feel different. But again, it's okay to not be okay. What's not okay is to think that everything is against you. Everything is trying to destroy you. There's some evil force trying to stop you. It's you against you. It's you against you. And you can do this, right? So what we often do, and I'm speaking from experience, this is not judgment, so know that the stuff I'm speaking about is stuff that I've gone through. 16 years ago, I was an opiate addict. I committed suicide on December 18th, 2006. Went through, Business Insider tried to put that out there, but I actually shared the whole story in a book. Went through bankruptcy, completely. My life seemed to be destroyed, but I started operating the right hemisphere of the brain. Higher consciousness. I didn't know that, but I just started doing positive things, self-affirmations, all this stuff. And here I am 16 years later, living a free life, all that stuff. But I'm still going through it. Right now I'm going through it. I'm going through a new growth process in my own life where I feel confused and I feel lost, and that's okay. You know, a lot of big emotions this last couple weeks and made me feel sad and lost and like I didn't have the answer. And that's okay. Right here I am in Washington right now. I'm in Washington. You know, this is interesting. What am I doing? There's these cycles that are happening right now, and that's okay. My point behind this is the things you're going through right now are propelling you or preparing you for the next level. And what we do is, instead of stepping into the next level, is we stay at the same cesspool, we stay in the same pond, and we decide not to clean out the water. And it takes a lot to clean out the water in the cesspool or the pond. Like in Arizona, we had this big dust storm. What are you gonna do? Just let all the dust sit in your fucking pool, or are you gonna go clean it? You're gonna go clean that shit. We take care of our phones better than we take care of ourselves. If your phone's about to die, you fucking freak out and you go get a charger, okay? If your screen breaks, you panic and you go fix the screen. If somebody shuts your phone off, you panic. But if somebody unplugs you, you don't freak out. If somebody cracks your screen, you don't go get help. We internalize it. We don't take care of ourselves. We put it into opiates and alcohol, not judgment. I was an opiate addict 16 years ago. I get it. I get it. And so when these big emotions and these big cycles come back, sometimes being a former addict, you want to go back to those things, but I refuse to go back into that old paradigm. So what does it take? It takes communication, high intensity exercise, high vibration, being around really, really good people that are going to lift you up. People that when you complain to them are going to ask you for solutions. They're not going to want to hear about your problems. They say, hey, let's vent and let's get some fucking shit done. Let's move forward. So it's okay to not be okay. You understand what I'm saying? It's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay for you to sit on the couch right now and do nothing about it. Especially if you have kids. Your kids are watching how you're going to react to this situation. How are you going to react to these situations I just went through recently, these big cyclic patterns? How am I going to react to this as a parent? How am I going to react to the crypto market falling not too long ago? Chest proud, chin up. We're going to keep moving through it. Plan doesn't change. We know the plan is a plan and we're going to the next level. So it's okay not to be okay. I'm not going to come on here on this social media and act like everything's okay all the time. Warriors rise. Yeah, hell yeah, warriors rise. Get your shit together. When I'm saying that, I'm talking to myself. So I want to get this message out to you guys, as fake social media bullshit, that it's okay to not be okay. I'm feeling out of sorts right now, and that's okay. But I damn well I'm not backing down. I'm rising up into that higher Christ consciousness. Higher Christ consciousness. I'm out in nature right now. Went on a nice walk. And through that walk, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to but no, I wanted to share this message with you guys. Because I'm not going to pretend like it's sunshine and rainbows all the time, but damn willing am I turning it up. Damn willing is this cycle going to be smashed so that my next generation doesn't have to experience this. There will not be poverty anymore. There will be very, very strong mental health. There'll be strong family ties and relationships. There will be abundance. There will be freedom. This is the shit I have to go through to get there. It's the shit I have to go through to break the cycle, right? We're all going through it. But what's happened is this computer screen that we re-record these videos and it has to be perfectly edited and, bounce, you can't do fuck all that, man. This life is real. This is not reality shows. This is actuality, right? It's not a reality show. This is actuality. We're going through it. So hopefully this message reaches you well. If you're still watching this at 13 minutes, I love you, and it's okay to not be okay. What's not okay is not to communicate with somebody, because a lot of people right now, suicide rates are going through the roof, and I get it. People say, it's so selfish to commit suicide. Yeah, it is selfish, but you don't ever know unless you've been in that situation. I remember feeling like I was all alone when I wasn't. I forced myself into loneliness. I was so deep in the left hemisphere of the brain, facts, figures, numbers, logic, all the worldly things. I didn't know Christ back then. I didn't know that this beautiful, ecosystem was all created by God. I was not taught that stuff growing up. I knew that you go to church during Easter and Christmas. That was it. That was it. I wasn't taught higher consciousness. So I love you. I appreciate you. I hope this message reaches you well. I just want to be real with you guys. I just want to be just straight up with you. I just want to build relationships with you guys. At the XRPL conference, I met the coolest human beings in the world. We're building friendships. That's what we're doing. That's what's cool about this quantum field. I'm meeting people that I never would have met through this YouTube channel. and I consider you all my friends. I really, really do. So I love you guys. Have an amazing, amazing weekend. I won't be back on any of these socials till about Monday. I'll be traveling back. So my daughter moved out to Washington. We just did a 15-hour run yesterday after the XRPL conference. So we drove 15 hours. So we're here, settled in. I'm gonna enjoy the day with her, get her settled in here, and I'll be back in the game Monday. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.